Okay, so now the actual like Albert incident, right? So we are at Bass Lake. I don't even know how long it's been since like the first times that I almost drowned like the last stories, but we're there, right? And we decided to get like this big inflatable unicorn, right? Like the just randomly on the way there, it was like Walmart, like, hey, you know, it'd be cool. This would be cool, right? So we just inflated it, and we're like, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And then while we were in the water, like it was really hard to use. So I was like, hey, I have like this rope, right? Just random, maybe like 15 feet of rope or something like that. That like, let's tie this, and then we can pull each other around. All right, cool. So we're in the water, right? Everyone's splashing around. Everyone's having a great time. Again, I originally, like, since the last ones, I'm borderline paranoid, like vigilant, borderline paranoid of open water, because now I'm scared, right? And I'm really looking out for like nieces and nephews that are going out. They're like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm weird, right? I don't want people to think I'm weird. So like when they jump on, I'm like, hey, wear your life jacket. And they're like, I don't need one. And I'm just like, wear your life jacket, you know? But that's it, you know, just making sure like if they have a life jacket, they're fine. They'll be fine, you know? So just kind of, that's how I'm doing it, like preventative measures, right? So everyone's doing their thing. Everyone's on this paddleboard. Albert's neighbor brings a paddleboard out, and everyone's going out and coming back in, going out and coming back in, right? And everyone's, you know, falling down and having a great gay old time, right? Ivan and Fat Boy. Right? So Fat Boy, they're like, hey, get on the paddleboard. And I'm just looking at him now, right? Now Fat Boy, who hasn't exercised in like, I don't know, 30 years, right? Full-blown dad outfit, like those big like hiking, camping shoes from like Big Five, cargo shorts, a t-shirt, might as well be wearing a sweater on top of it, you know, like, you know, just fully clothed, is like, yeah, this will be a good idea, right? So now I'm watching him. So I'm kind of closer to the shore, right? Because I'm still like maybe hip deep water. And I have Anna on the unicorn, and I'm kind of pushing her back and forth on it. Like I push her and then I pull her back on the, with the rope, right? And I'm just watching this guy. I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, you know, I'm not going to be like, hey, Albert, take your shoes on, put on a life jacket, right? It's fine. He's a big boy. Anyways, so he gets on this thing, right? And he does this little Albert show, whatever, right? Like, he jumps on, and he's like, oh, look at me, I'm going to fall, right? And when he falls, right, let me see if I can like illustrate this. When he falls, he does this little show of falling extra, like, oh, right? But right when he gets that little extra bit, he kind of like kicked the board this way. And he falls in the water, and the board just goes, boom, gone, right? So now, Fat Boy's in the water, right? And I'm just looking at this dude, right? And the board, you know, pretty far away, and he didn't tie it to himself. He didn't do anything, right? So he's in the water, and now he's swimming, right? He's swimming, and he's like, ah, ha, ha, it's so much funny, right? So then I see him like, okay, look at the shoreline, go, right? And he starts doing his stupid little, I think I can swim, you know, where... And he's going nowhere. Like, he's like thrashing, right? Like, but going nowhere. And I'm just looking at him. So then I see him kind of like start struggling, like, so he kind of stops, right? It looks like he stops, and he's like treading water. And this is when I knew he was like in trouble. This is when he was like, he's done. He looks at the shore, and he looks at the paddleboard to see which one's closer. And they're both like, they might as well be like another country, you know? Like, he's looking at both, and he knows I ain't making it, you know? Like, I can see it. Like, I can see the look, like, paddleboard, shore, like, oh crap. So then he starts like going for it, like, oh, I'm not gonna die, basically, right? Like, he's going for the shore, but he's already like, Anna, right? Now he starts saying Anna. Now, no one really knows what's going on, right? No one really sees just how bad the situation is. And Anna starts freaking out on the shore. And so she just goes, Steve. Now, mind you, I been saw all this, right? So before any of this Anna stuff started, I already was like in the works. What I did was, and I'm not hyping myself up, okay? And also, it's my story, and I'll tell it how I want. Anyways, the second that I saw shore, paddleboard, and he's not gonna make it, that's when I was like, all right, I need to do this as quickly and efficiently as possible. So I didn't want to tell Anna like, hey, get off the thing really quick because I have to go save Albert, blah, 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 right? That's just gonna cause confusion. So all I did was like, hey, Anna, hold on really tight. I'm gonna move you over here. She's like, huh? And I swear, dude, with like, with like all the power and like just kind of like slow as smooth as fast. Don't F this up. Don't mess this up. You know, it's like, I gotta move it. And I just grabbed onto the unicorn and I just flung it like as hard, I'm telling you, everything I had. Boom! And I just start going through the water, like running as much as I can with this thing, as far as I can until I get to the point where I can't run. And now I'm swimming. So by the time Anna goes, Steve, I'm like halfway there. I'm covering that distance, you know. I'm like, I can make it. So now Anna sees like, so she's like, holy crap, my Anna, right? So she's like, oh, and at this point she kind of like shimmies the way down, and I go and I give it to Albert, like, here, dude, grab the unicorn. So now by the time I get there, Albert's like, he's really not doing hot, right? And he's like grabbing onto the unicorn, like, just trying anything he possibly can. But he's just not doing it. I was like, I thought this was going to do it. Like, why are you not saved yet? Just pick yourself up, dude. So then I see, like, okay, this is better. Like, he's not 100% done, but he's not out of the water yet. Like, literally out of the water. So what I did was, I go behind him, right? I grab on from behind him like this, right? I grab onto the behind him. And I just use him to go all the way down as possible, and to the point where now I am touching water. Like, because we're pretty deep, right? I'm touching the ground. So now I'm touching ground, right? I'm holding on to him like an anchor, and I just walk. Just boom, like just walk as much as I possibly can, just pushing him until we get to the point where he can stand. And just like, oh, boom. And then once we get there, he's like, oh, and he's struggling. He's like, oh my God, right? So point is, I get him out, right? Get him out. I save his life. I was there before anyone even knew there was a problem. Now, get him out of the water, and you think, all right, for sure, he's safe. You know, he wasn't that bad, but he's still like, all messed up. Like, he's freaking pale. We're putting him on the shoreline. Like, and here's the thing, right? When I'm uncomfortable, all right, or not really uncomfortable, I make jokes at inappropriate times, right? So I am very worried at this point. So I cope by making jokes. So I'm like, give it one side. You know, people are looking at us, dude, this is embarrassing. Stop it. You know, but at the same time, I am really like worried. And I'm like trying to hype him up at this point too. Like, come on, dude, cowboy up. Because I'm having to carry this dude up into the shore. So I'm like, time to cowboy up. Let's go. Come on, dude. Like, help me out. So, and I'm really just like, dude, come on. Like, snap out of this thing, right? So we go to the shore, and he's just there, and he's like pale, and we're like giving him freaking Gatorade and stuff like that. Like, hey man, you okay? And everyone's like, oh, he's freaking fat boy, he's all right. Hey, he almost died there, right? But I was like, I don't think people understand. Like, he almost died. Now, I'm not a doctor, all right? So this really has no like medical backing. But here's what happened. Fat Boy's little heart, right? He doesn't exercise and doesn't do a lot of stuff like that, right? So he doesn't really put it through a lot of stress other than like pumping through his arteries and stuff, right? So when you get into that point, you don't want to die, so your body goes into like literally fight or flight mode, right? So Albert was on like, we're gonna give it all we got one last time to get ourselves out of this. And that's what it was, personally, in my medical opinion, is that his heart just went to like 120%, just one, right? And we got him out, and now it's like overheating, you know? It's just like, what the hell was that? So we had to like walk him back, and then he like laid out on like a cot for like the rest of the day. I was just like, man, I hope he doesn't die up there, like all that, and he just has a heart attack at the campsite. But I mean, there he made a full recovery, right? And we were like making fun of him immediately, right? And then on like a side note, dude, I deserve a medal or something, because I was like pulling people out of the water like crazy that day, dude. I was on fire. I saved like a bunch of people. Not hyping myself up, but seriously. So that was the thing. That's how I saved Fat Boy's life. 100% not lying. That is exactly how it happened.